Hello and welcome back. So finally in this lecture, we are going to work on deleteCourse functionality. Let's go to VS Code and here let's first go to CourseService.ts and there just like create course, read course and update course, we are going to create another method called deleteCourse. Okay, this method here, it is going to receive the ID of the course which we want to delete. This is going to be of type string. And here what we are going to do is again using the HTTP client instance, we are going to call the delete method. To this delete method, we need to pass the URL from where we want to delete a resource. So here again, I'm going to use template literal syntax and we are going to read the database URL from the environments object. In there we have this Firebase config object and inside that we have database URL. So this is going to give us the database URL. In this database, we want to go to courses collection and from there I want to remove that course whose ID matches this ID. So I can specify that ID after this slash. So again here I'm going to use template literal syntax and here I'm going to pass the ID of the course which I want to delete. And after this we also need to specify .json. Okay, so we are going to select a document, a JSON document from this courses collection which we want to delete and that will be deleted using this delete method. So basically we are making a delete request here and this delete method here, it is going to return us an observable. So we are going to return that observable from here. Now we are going to call this delete course from our courses effect. But before that, let's go ahead and let's create some actions first. So let's go to courseaction.ts. There we already have this delete course action. In the same way, I'm going to create another action and I'm going to call it as deleteCourseSuccess. Okay. So this delete course action, we are going to handle it using NgRx effect. And once the course is deleted in the database, we are going to dispatch this delete course success action. And this delete course success action will be handled by the reducer and it will update the current courses state in our application. Now, let me save the changes in this file and let's go to coursesreducer.ts. And there we already have this delete course. So here we are going to handle delete course success instead of handling delete course. And the rest of the logic is going to be same. Okay. Now from the imports, let's remove this delete course action. All right. Let's save the changes here. So the action is created, the reducer is updated. Now let's go ahead and let's create the effect. So I'll close this action.ts file. I'll also close this course component.ts file, this add course component.ts. And here let's go to course effect.ts. And just like update course, we are going to create another effect, which I'm going to call as delete course. Now to create an effect, again, we are going to use create effect function. To this, we are going to pass a callback function. Inside this callback function, the first thing which we are going to do is from the actions using this pipe operator, we are going to filter for delete course action. So here, let's filter for delete course action. Once we have filtered that action, I'm going to use merge map again. Okay, this merge map, it is going to receive the payload. So here I'm going to call the payload as action. And from within this merge map, we are going to make a request to delete course method of course service. Now with this delete course action, what we are dispatching? We are dispatching a payload where we will have ID property. So here I can say action.id. So we need to pass this ID to this delete course. And let me also use the return keyword here. And let's also use return keyword here. Now this delete course, it is going to return us an observable. On that again, I'm going to use the pipe operator. And to this pipe operator, I'm going to pass this map operator so that using this map operator, we can handle the return data from the observable, which this delete course is going to return us. Now here we are going to receive the data. Let me specify a data parameter here. So this is going to receive the response data. Now from within this map method, we are simply going to dispatch the delete course success action. So for that, let's use this return keyword and then let's return delete course success action. And when we are dispatching this action, here we need to specify an ID property, and that ID we can get from this action. So in this action, in this payload, when this delete course action will be dispatched, in this action, we will have the ID of the deleted course. So that ID we will assign to this ID property. So here I'll say action.id. Okay, and this delete course success, it will be handled by reducer. And again, if some error occurs, what I'll do is I will copy this catch error from here. Let's scroll down and let me specify it after this map operator. And again here, I'm simply going to change the message, and here I'll say cannot delete the course. With this, let's save the changes. Let's go back to our application, and here let me try to delete a course. Let me try to delete this Node.js course. And here it is asking, do you really want to delete this course? I'll click on OK. And now that course is deleted. And let's also go to our database just to check if that course is available or not. So you can see that Node.js course is deleted. We have our JavaScript course and we have our Angular course. So now the course is also getting deleted. So in this way, we have also implemented the delete functionality. Now remember, whenever we are creating a new course or editing a course or deleting a course, it is going to perform that operation in the database, but it is not going to fetch the details from the database again. So for example, if I create a new course here, again, let me create that Node.js course. So I'll copy this title. I'll paste it here. Let's also copy this description. Let me paste it here. Let's copy the name of the author. Let me paste it here. And let's say price is 79.99. And let's also select the image for this course. So when I click on this create course button, it is going to create a course in the database. If I click on this, the course has been created in the database, but we are not fetching all the courses from the database right now. All the courses will be fetched from the database when we reload the page. Currently, we have not fetched this course from the database. So now you can ask, if we have not fetched this course from the database after it has been created in the database, how it is showing here? Well, we are changing our state using the reducer. So if I go to the reducer function, here, once a course is created, we are dispatching this create course success action. And when we are dispatching this create course success action, the newly created course we are passing to this reducer function. And there we are adding that course in this courses array. And this array is what is being rendered in the UI. And that's why we can see the newly created course. In the same way, if I delete a course, it is going to delete it in the database. But after deleting the course, we have not refreshed the page. That means we are not fetching all the courses from the database. But still in the UI, we can see that the course is deleted. Again, the reason for that is once a course is deleted in the database, we are dispatching this delete course success action. And there we are updating this courses array by removing that deleted course using its ID from the courses array. So all this we are doing in memory. And since we are rendering this courses array in the UI, this reducer function has updated that courses array and it has removed that course which we tried to delete and which has been deleted in the database. And it is only rendering the available courses. So in this way, we are making our Angular application more reactive. Here, whenever a new course is created or updated or deleted in the database, in order to get the updated data, we do not need to make a fetch request to the database. Instead, since we are changing the state in memory, that in-memory data will be loaded and it will be displayed in the UI. So it is like displaying all the changes in real time. But here we are not making any API calls after we are performing create, update or delete operation. And this is one advantage which NgRx state management system gives us. And this is why we might prefer using NgRx state management system. I hope this point is clear. So in this way, we have completed the CRUD operation on the course's state. And this is all I wanted to cover in this lecture. If you have any questions from this lecture, then feel free to ask it. Thank you for listening and have a great day.